What's up, guys? It's Moose here, and I'm bringing you some Black Ops 2 leaked info that I'm gonna try to assess and whether or not it's actually true or not. So first, we're gonna start off with 3 leaked game modes, and the first one would be Escort. So one team escorts a player across 3 flags to win. The enemy team killing the escorted player will result in a win for their side. So I consider this kind of like a mix between domination and search and destroy. The problems in my mind is that it would be too easy for the team that's not escorting the player to win because all they have to do is kill him. So I don't know if he's going to have 3 or 4 or even more lives or something like that, or if he just has 1, because I feel like if he had just had 1 life, then that'd be a pretty easy game mode. But I think besides that, if they definitely had more lives, I think that's a great game mode. It would be, I think it'd be pretty fun. So the next one's split spawn, and this one is really, really confusing. So you spawn from a helicopter, and then you must climb down to the ground. The player starts with 3 lives. If the chopper is destroyed, players can no longer spawn. So I think regardless of whether or not you have died 3 times, if you die again after the chopper has been destroyed, you can't spawn again. And players compete for a center flag that takes twice as long as a domination flag to capture. And killing all enemies or capturing the flag will result in a win, and there's 2 rounds. So I don't know, this game mode, it doesn't really seem like it would be a Call of Duty type game mode. The spawn system is really weird to me, and just everything seems way too out there and confusing. So I really don't expect this in any Call of Duty, but you never really know. Then the last one that was leaked is Equalizer, and so players are switched to the enemy team when they die. Players compete for a flag, and when the flag is owned, it opens up a power plant that allows the players to customize their class in-game, get new weapons, and put on a Juggernaut suit. When there are 2 players left on a team, they're automatically granted the power plant. Let's see. If either of the 2 players die, they will remain on their own team. The team with the most converts or kills to convert the other people to their team at the end will win. This game mode is really not like any game mode we've ever seen, because there's never been a game mode that switches you to the other side when you die or when something happens. So it's pretty good idea in my opinion, but I just don't really see it happening. It could, of course. I mean, anything really could happen, but I just don't really see it happening. So now we're going to move on to perks. The first one being Spy, and these are all new perks, by the way, new leak perks. They're not any of the old ones like, I don't know, Extreme Conditioning or Dead Silence and stuff like that. Those are probably going to be back, and you'll see some returning perks when we get to the elite versions of each perk. So the first one is Spy. The base perk is you appear as a friend on the enemy minimap, and I think this is really, really cool, guys, because that's awesome. Like, you'll be so stealth if you're like that, but the downside is you will turn red when you start shooting. So it's kind of like they have an unlimited UAV on you, but they can't see you until you shoot, so it's not that bad. So the pro is detect enemies using Spy as a perk. So, I mean, that's pretty good, but it's not, I mean, unless the perk's really overused, that won't be that useful. And then elite, if pilot is active, and we'll get to pilot in a little bit, your airship or helicopter will be marked as a friendly on the enemy minimap. So I don't really know how useful that is, because, I mean, you see a helicopter in the air, you're not really worrying about where it is. I mean, I guess you could hide from it. I mean, I don't really know. So Escape Artist is the next one. The base perk is when going prone, you feign death or fake death. So you basically play dead, and I think that's pretty cool. Probably gets you out of a few sticky situations. And then Pro, this is awesome. This is kind of like cold-blooded. Oh, can't talk. Cold-blooded Pro in oh my god, Modern Warfare 2. And so when approaching death, the enemy's crosshairs will turn white, and your red name above you will disappear. So they'll basically think they killed you, even though you're almost dead, but you're not dead. So then you can pick it up and kill them. So then the next one, if Diver is active, which we'll get to that also in a little bit, you realistically fall into your feigned death instead of diving. So that does mean the Dolphin Dive is back, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Audiophile. The base perk is players with silenced weapons will show up on your radar if they are shooting at you or close around you. So I don't know, it's kind of tough, because then that kind of renders silencers useless, you know. So I'm not really sure if this is actually going to be in the game. It seems like a little bit counterintuitive, but we'll see. And then Pro would be enemy footsteps are louder. Elite, if Bladesman is active, which again we're gonna get to, enemy knife attempts like gunshots will show up on the radar. So I don't know. I mean, knife attempts. Usually, if somebody's gonna knife, they're gonna be right near you, and you're gonna see them, or they're just gonna kill you from behind. So I don't really know if that's useful. All right. So now we're gonna move on to Diffuser. And the base perk is throw all equipment except cookable grenades up to 2 times farther. That's pretty cool. So I mean, if you're, I don't know, if you spawn at the A side and you need to get a grenade all the way to C, maybe you can possibly use a diffuser and get it all the way to C or something like that. Pro is be able to take Semtex off of players and throw it elsewhere, and be able to pick up any enemy equipment and use it as your own. So I think that's actually pretty cool, but I'm not really sure what they mean as enemy equipment. I don't know if they mean claymores and bouncing betties, or if they mean like Semtex and grenades and stuff. I mean, you could always pick up frag grenades and throw them back, so I'm not really sure what that means, but we'll see what happens. The elite version is if quick draw is active, which I assume quick draw will be the same as in Modern Warfare 3, but also I'm not really sure if they're going to have quick draw, because David Bonderhar, I think he's the community manager or developer for Treyarch. He was talking a lot on Twitter about how he doesn't really want quick scoping to be this overpowered thing. So I'm not really sure if quick draw will be in Black Ops 2, but I mean, you never really know. Or if it'll even be working for snipers like Sleight of Hand Pro in Black Ops, no, the first one. How it was disabled for snipers, you could only use the Pro version on other guns. But the circle will fill in 1.5 seconds instead of 3. I mean, that's not really that useful. But alright, moving on to Juggernaut. This is not the Juggernaut from Call of Duty 4 and World at War. Don't worry about it. It is regenerating health faster while moving. So I think that's pretty good. Pro is regenerate health faster while crouched. And then if Scavenger is active, you are able to drop ammo packs to your team. So I think Juggernaut would be a pretty good perk, but it won't be overpowered like the Juggernaut in COD 4 and World at War. So now Diver is the ability to do dolphin dives. And while diving, you can still shoot, which I think is awesome. But when you land, it will take a little while to, get your sights back on target. So Pro, you'll crawl 2 times faster, and then Elite with Extreme Conditioning active, you can sprint while crawling, so you basically crawl 3 times faster. So now we're going to move on to Pilot. So Pilot is your flying kill streaks kills will count towards your next kill streak. So it'll basically stack your kill streaks. So that I think is a great idea. First, because that basically means that there's going to be no stacking kill streaks, not like Assault in Modern Warfare 3 or any other Call of Duty except for Black Ops, which I thought that was the right way to do it. Get all with gun kills, everything like that. Don't make it so that if you get a pred, then you have everything else. Now moving on to Pro, your controllable flying kill streaks will last until they are shot down. So that's kind of like, if you saw the FPS Russia video of the quad rotor drone, I'm pretty sure that that'll be a controllable flying kill streak. And instead of having it having a timer, somebody will have to destroy it before it goes down. I'm not sure if that's going to also count for chopper gunners and things like that, because I think that could be a little bit overpowered. You have a chopper gunner like all game if nobody's trying to take anything down, but we'll see what happens again. Elite with Blind Eye active, your uncontrollable flying kill streaks like helicopters will not show up on the map. So I think that's actually pretty good. If people can't tell that there's a chopper in the air and then it starts killing them, it's going to be a little bit difficult for them to even take it down if they want to. So now Technician is any land kill streaks will count towards your next kill streak. So it's basically the same as Pilot, except it's for land kill streaks. So then Pro is your advanced UAVs, or Blackbirds, will disable the enemy's UAV. And then Elite, if Diffuser is active like we went over before, your sentry guns cannot be taken down instantly. So I think that's a pretty good idea. I think sentries might be, a pretty powerful thing in Black Ops 2, because we're going to get to, in the next Black Ops 2 info video, there's a new equipment slot that we'll get to, and you'll see why. So the base perk for Bladesman is you have 2 knives in each hand instead of just 1. In each hand, or 1. Wait, 2 knives in each hand. 2 knives. Yeah, I'm not really sure what that means. 2 knives in each hand. Well, whatever. Pro, you can have a chance of dodging the incoming player's knife. I don't really know if it would go slow-mo or something if you're about to get knifed and you have to rapidly tap a button or something like that to dodge. That's kind of confusing. And then also Elite is, if Assassin is active, knifing will be completely silent and will not show up on the kill feed unless counted by audio file Elite. So I think that's actually pretty cool that knives won't show up on the kill feed and everything. You can be really silent. Now for focus, the base perk is be able to shoot while sprinting, even but your accuracy will be, I don't know, worse. Pro, be able to shoot while jumping, even at the deduction of accuracy. So again, you're going to be able to shoot while jumping. I'm not really sure what that means, because can't you always shoot while jumping? Isn't that how trick shotters do everything? We'll have to see what that really means. And then elite, if Stalker is active when jumping, equipment does less damage to you. So that's pretty good. Consciousness, base perk, while standing, you are just as accurate as when you are prone, which is awesome. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed how when you go prone, your crosshairs get much smaller, but they do. And if that's actually true, that is awesome. Pro, your bullets cause more flinching, so that's pretty good. If you've ever been shot from the side and you see your body going off target and your shots are going off target too, that's probably why. And also the pro perk of consciousness would help out immensely with that. Elite, if marksman is active, shooting your enemy will mark him on the minimap. So I guess it's kind of like Recon Pro in Modern Warfare 3, where if you shoot somebody and you have Recon Pro on, then they show up on the minimap. That's pretty much what that is. Deep Impact, which has been in other games, but the Pro and Elite versions are different, so I'm including it in this video. The base perk, your bullets shoot through hard surfaces, so I mean just like anything like cinder blocks, stuff like that. Pro, your bullets gain 50% damage with each person they go through, so this is going to be awesome for collaterals and things like that. Instead of getting, you know, triple hit markers or something like that, you're never going to get them if you have Deep Impact on, or Deep Impact Pro. And then the elite version is, if steady aim is active, when hip firing, your bullets have 10% more damage with each person they go through. So that's pretty good. I mean, I'm not really sure how effective that'll be, but I think the pro version is definitely a plus for Deep Impact. Alright, that's all I got, guys. Thanks for watching, and if you want to drop a subscribe or anything like that, it'd be greatly appreciated. Alright, see you.